Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Great Lake today, and we're going to be running the Galarian Weezing paired with the Shadow Marowak and the Shadow Golurk. So pretty decent lead here, as we do have the Sludge ability. They swap into their Jellicent, anticipating a Sludge, but we are running Brutal Swing, so we chip away at this thing and then go into our Golurk. Golurk has to shield this first move, and we are just trying to apply a ton of fast move pressure. Our opponent does get to another serve, so we're just looking for the 2 shield farm down, and that's exactly what we do. Our opponent probably comes in with their Ninetales. Yep. So we're just going to fire off this Dynamic Punch. Do we get the shield back? We do. We have double Dynamic Punch ready, so we might even get 2 shields back, just like that. Then we can come in with our Weezing. They try to catch the move, but we're going to go straight into our Marowak. Marowak dealing a ton of fast move pressure right now. So we are going to throw this Bone Club immediately so that we can keep this Marowak healthy enough that we can threaten a move, forcing them to use energy here. Weather Ball is going to be able to take out the Marrow, but this Weezing has Sludge ready for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Weezing at the end, but mainly because the Golurk was able to farm down that Jellicent. All right, we got the Weezing versus the Dusknoir here. This is a little bit better for us because we are running the Brutal Swing version. If we had Overheat, it would have been pretty tough, but now they know we have Brutal Swing. Here comes their first move. It's going to be Shadow Punch. We survive it. And then we're just going to make sure we throw in good timing here. This Brutal Swing will KO or grab a shield. They decide to shield it up. We're going to match the shield because we're going to be able to get to this Brutal Swing pretty quickly. And looks like they're going to have to make another decision. They go for the double shield. We go for the Snipe, and we do get the Snipe. Looks like we do see the Jellicent come back in. Luckily, we have the energy advantage, so this Shadow Punch does a significant amount. We are going to let this go. Ends up being the Bubble Beam version, so now we know this is potential Bubble Beams coming in. Not as effective as Surf, but we are going to keep this pretty healthy so that we can potentially catch a move later and reset the debuff. Looks like this Meryl has to be kept alive. We do catch something. They go for the Swift, and now we just got to get to 2 Bone Clubs. We do have 2 Bone Clubs, and we only need 1. So GG's to our opponent. The key right there, catching a move to reset the debuff, but also wasting their energy so that we can have just free reign at the end right there. All right, next we got the Weezing versus the Dragonite. Favorable lead here. They go into their Sand Slash. Sand Slash running the Shadow Claw version. So we're taking less fast move damage, but they get to these Ice Punches fairly quickly. We are going to have to double shield here, but the good news is we have a ton of energy to throw back at that Dragonite if they decide to bring that in. They decided to bring it in. We're just going to fire off this Rock Slide. We do grab the first shield. Oh, they're running Dragon Tail. Interesting. We do get the second shield just like that. And it looks like we are going to force them to... Okay, they actually switch out into the Jellicent and we throw the Bone Club anyways. And then now here, it's going to be a race. We do get to this Shadow Punch and take out their Jellicent. This Dragonite is still looking to try to farm down or get to a move, but this Golurk is able to reach a move to KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game. I would say MVP was that Meryl. The Meryl actually getting to 3 moves technically. 2 Rock Slides and that Bone Club. All right, we got the Jellicent in the lead here. We got a favorable situation because we do run the Brutal Swing. We can survive any move here. Let's see, we decide to shield. We decided just to let the Surf go. They bring in their Weezing, and if they're not running Brutal Swing, we basically can just farm this down, but they are running Brutal Swing. Do we survive one of these? Yes, we do. So we are going to be able to barely survive. Perfect health left, and we basically give them minimal farm. Our opponent does bring in their Gastro, and unfortunately for them, we did deny their fast move, which allows us to get to that extra Shadow Punch, which grabs a shield. So now we have the Gastrodon versus our Marrow. This is pretty decent for us. We can shield here or let this go. We decided just to let this go because it's only the Bone Club. And now we have a lot of energy to throw. This Bone Club here does grab that shield from the Jellicent. But we actually have two. And it doesn't quite KO, but we can go straight into our Weezing and get to this Brutal Swing. So GG's to our opponent. Fortunately for us, we did deny their fast move, and it did come into play because we got to multiple moves, forcing them to shield and snowball. All right, next we got the Weezing versus the Jumpluff. Okay, interesting team here. They switch into their Golisopod. So Golisopod, not necessarily a counter to the Weezing, so we're just going to stay in and then chip away at this thing maybe. We throw the Sludge, does a decent amount of damage, and then we're going to go straight into our Golurk. Golurk probably doesn't survive that Aqua Tail, so we do go for the one-shot farm down, and luckily that's the case. They bring in their Swampert. So Swampert here is going to be okay. They do shield and dip out of there into their Jumpluff. Jumpluff is not really doing a lot of fast move pressure. We're going to save the move and see if we caught a Aerial Ace. Okay, we do. Do we get to a Sludge? We could have gone to the Sludge, but we decided to go and throw the Brutal Swing for the safe play. Looks like they used their last shield, and now we have to win this game with the Marowak and Golurk. Are they going to be running Energy Ball here? No Energy Ball, but that Acrobatics would have done significant damage. So let's see if this energy here will come into play. We decided combo play here is to get rid of this Swampert, which is very, very spammy. And then you can see right here, they're looking to try to get a bunch of energy. We get this Shadow Punch. No Shadow Punch, but they get to this move. It's Acrobatics, we do survive it, and luckily, unluckily for them, we are going to be able to reach this Bone Club to take out this low health Jumpluff. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.